people. Welcome aboard. Uh, don't mind that. I was just down there getting this thing right here. That's right, folks. Happy FTG Friday. Find the goodness. This is a little harm reduction. And if you don't mind, yeah. Boy, oh boy. It's cold out, folks. I hope wherever you are, you're staying warm. Uh, it's just been brutally cold here. Nothing I can do about it, though. I can't complain too much about it. I mean, it's winter. Um, everything's snow covered still. We're looking at, I think, getting some more snow in the coming week. Uh, other than that, it's just frigid cold, like single digit temperatures. I think this morning it was 2 or 3 degrees. Um, that's without a wind chill or anything like that. But that's enough of the weather report, folks. How are things in your neck of the woods? Let me know in the comments. After you hit like and subscribe. Oh, don't forget the donate button. It's Christmas time, you know? Make sure to press that button. So, this is, it's December 5th. So we're 5 days into my challenge now. No cussing, no swearing, no taking the name of the Lord in vain. You know what I mean. None of that kind of talk. But what we can talk about is mud flaps. That's right. I saw that Mud Flaps was live earlier. No, I did not have time to watch it. I did watch like maybe 2 minutes of it, sliding around. It had already been live for like almost an hour, I think. But what I noticed is that her son was seated right beside her. He was talking. I mean, he's a boy. He's not an adult. I think he's 16 or something. And I won't even say his name here. He's just a kid. But it's odd that she's said repeatedly, on more than one occasion, that she's not going to have him on camera anymore. She's not going to put him on the show. I mean, I understand sometimes she needs the door closed or the cat or dog or whatever out of the room, in the room. But it sounded like she previously said she just wasn't going to have him, on the show, that he's a kid. He's on the show. He was on the show last month, too, during his birthday grift. Now, what I did see tonight was the kid kept touching his nose. I think she touched her nose, too, a couple times. And all I can say to that is, it's winter. It's flu season, colds. I hope you feel better, if that's what that is. I'm not a doctor. I can't give any kind of advice like that, but sometimes the dry heat in the house, it'll mess with your nose. Use a humidifier if you have one. If you don't have one, sadfish for it in the chat, and I'm sure that a cool air humidifier will be provided for you, Flappy. But like you said, you weren't going to have your kid on, and he's on. Not only is he on, but to me it seemed like he was trashing Doug. That's right. Got to trash Doug, because Mama does. Now Doug, from what we know, I think he is like her father-in-law. It's not her dad. I think it's her ex-husband, I think first ex-husband's dad, who she says she believes may have, I don't even want to say it, he may have been abusive towards the boy when he was a little one. He came out bashing Doug today. And it looked like it was rehearsed. Like she had forced him at some point before the camera was on to talk like this. Now, this has been her thing in recent weeks, bashing Doug, who I guess exercised control over Flappy in that she didn't have the money to pay her bills, and he just threw his money around. He was a big like Scientology guy or somebody with, a good amount of money, and he'd pay her bills and make her, for whatever reason, dependent on him, you know. And he would take the baby, a toddler, little kid, you know, her son, would take him from her when she didn't think that that was appropriate. But she let it happen. It's just funny that now, years later, she suspects or questions something, if there was any kind of abuse. And by abuse, people, I mean that funny kind of abuse that's not very funny. She also claims that she was abused. That she, I think, was like maybe 14, and she was in a romantic relationship that was predatory in nature, of course, because I think the man was like 24 or 30 or something like that. Anyway, way too old. Like, she couldn't give consent. I mean, if she was 14, you know, I mean, 50 years ago, maybe the age of consent was 14, but I don't think the age of consent is 14 anywhere, like when this lady was 14, you know. And it seems that she's really been harping on that whole thing about how she was essayed, whatever you want to call it, by this older man that was in the Scientology people with her. And, you know, just on its face, if that happened, I'm just going to tell you right now that that's criminal. That is criminal. And young Flappy had no way to give consent. A 14-year-old can't consent to that. But Flappy has also said that her son can't consent to being on her show. I believe that she had said that before. Like she's put all his business out there, like he's in therapy, this and that, but then hesitated to talk about what the kid is talking about with his therapist because she says, look, I just don't ask him. It's just funny that now she's like prodding the kid, getting him to say these things about the Doug guy, who I think is the kid's grandpa. And he came out trashing the guy tonight. Now, I didn't hang around long enough, people, to see if he actually said anything of substance or made any allegations against the Doug character. But Mama let him sit there and say it. She prodded him to do it. And in the beginning, when he started talking like that, oh, no, wait. Some lady that bought the kid a TV or something for his birthday came up. She interrupted. She said she's sorry to interrupt or whatever. And then forced the boy to thank a total stranger from his mother's internet, you know, YouTube channel, to thank her for the TV or the gift or whatever. And I guess he said that it works great and whatever. But the whole thing about the kid putting his business out there like that, now, while I would applaud that if he was doing that with a counselor, a clergy, you know, another trusted, you know, person, he's doing it on YouTube for his mother, for clicks and views. At her, like, prodding him. She's making him do it. It's obvious that the kid is now kind of like the mom. Like, you really got your kid on there? Man, I hope nobody from the kid's school sees that delightful little live stream you did tonight, Flappy. Don't you think the kid's going through enough? I mean, maybe she doesn't remember what it was like to be a teenager, because she'll come on here and claim, you know, mental retardation or some other kind of thing that she doesn't know about Christmas, doesn't know about holidays, doesn't know about going to high school. She doesn't know words or history. She doesn't know anything about movies or television, all while at the same time talking about all these things like any one of us would, and all the stuff she likes about it, especially like the television and the movie thing. Like, if you guys go to the Reddit, go check out the Reddit, Unrelatable Reese, OT42, Lifeboat Survivor, TLB Survivor, maybe FTGrifter or FTGV Unvarnished. I don't know all these things, people. Like I said, for some reason I'm blocked from commenting on a couple of the things, but I don't even care. But there's a lot of talk that with the whole history of this thing, you know, with her and her grifting, sad fishing ways and the inconsistencies in her story. And now it seems that she is exploiting her minor son, who she's already put it out there, he's in therapy and all this other stuff, but now she's got that boy on her show bad-mouthing Doug, who I believe is like a kid's grandpa, either through like marriage or what, I don't even know, but I think it's the kid's grandpa. And first of all, like, if it's not his grandpa, like, what the heck are you doing? letting this person take your kid. And she was saying like how the guy would buy him toys and buy him all this stuff, and he wouldn't want to be around his mom because, like all little kids, I mean, you just want to hang out with the person who's buying you candy and toys and all that. Just like this guy. And let me get rid of the hat. How many times did he try to show a little boy the magic tricks or climb into the van? Hey, you want to play some Atari? That's another thing. Oh, I'm getting close to breaking my challenge, but I won't. But let's just say that why would this lady's exploiting her minor child? And like the kid's in high school. You know how rough it was? I mean, just back in the day. I know she's not going to know about it because she said she never went to high school, even though they've posted yearbook photos of her from her high school on Reddit and other places on the internet. She's a liar. Yes, she went to high school. Maybe she didn't graduate. She went to high school. She celebrated Christmas, celebrated Thanksgiving, knows all about movies, television shows. She's got a pretty good vocabulary, but she claims dumb when it comes to any of these things, including like how to interact socially or boundaries or anything else, you know, any life skills. She plays dumb and says she was in a cult and doesn't know how any of that stuff works. You know, she's exploiting her kid. This is the same woman who comes on the internet and lies and tells her audience, basically everybody in the public, that anytime somebody like angers her or she feels worried or there's more names to add to the list of people that she needs the police to have their names in case something happens. She said this repeatedly, and I don't believe she said that tonight, but she said that in the past couple of weeks, and she says it every couple of weeks or however often, that she has every police officer's phone number, like in her phone, like where she lives. And without doxing the lady or giving too much information, let's just say that that's an outright lie. Her local police department is a sheriff's office. I can tell you the county, the chief. I can tell you most of the officers' names there. But I would hate her to call one of them up and give them my name again, because they already have my name, people. They got any name, but she's lying about all of it. She acts like she has the police's home phone numbers on speed dial, and that's just not the case. Yeah, I don't want to. I'm teetering on doxing right now, so we're not doing that. That's not cool. But don't believe this lady. That she's got the hotline to the police station anytime that she's worried about somebody doing whatever or saying whatever about her on the internet. She tells the police, add another name to the list. She's said these things before. That's just false. That's an outright lie. She'll say that to puff herself up or something like that, but I don't want to say too much, but you're not taken very seriously down there, Marissa. I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, anyway, so she thinks her kid was abused and she says she has him in therapy. I'm going to be sharing some videos, I think. I'm not going to have time to post too many. I don't know if I'll be able to do one tomorrow night. I think I will, but there's some stuff I was looking at and I think I'm going to share some videos. And by the way, people, if I share a video in my community posts and that video I didn't make or have anything to do with it and it has swear words in it or anything like that, that doesn't mean that I broke my challenge, failed my challenge. You know, I'm not going to say those things. And I'm not just going to share videos that are just have gratuitous cursing and all this stuff just for the sake of cursing. But yeah, I've seen a couple things lately that point out some of the inconsistencies in her story. And well, she seems to be getting on well in some kind of romantic relationship with a convicted sex offender, but we've talked about that already. You know, the old captain or admiral. He's talking about a new drug, I think, tonight on his channel, or he was talking about something earlier. I haven't had time to watch it all, you know, so I don't know if that really gives me the right to talk about it. But Toots loves to talk about things, and so does Marissa. They talk about things they don't know anything about. They just spout it off. So, yeah, there's some more I wanted to say. I'm going to have to hold on to some of it, though. But boy, let me tell you, there's some big things coming, and you got to believe me, folks. Um, I don't have an exact timeline though, so until then, just keep hitting that donate button. Stand by, something big's coming. Oh, this is ridiculous. We're going to do a review this weekend. I believe I have a sauce from, my next review is going to be a sauce, Chocolate Plague from Pucker But Pepper Company that was sent to me from Mr. Todd a long time ago. Thank you, Mr. Todd. That'll be my next video that's, maybe we'll even use the spoon of positivity. Yes, maybe it'll be a absolutely positive video. I'll try to squeeze that in this weekend if I can. But that's it. But as far as like those cats, something big is coming. You're going to want to hit that like and subscribe and keep coming back to check, because you know how YouTube is with notifications, people. And don't forget, hit that donate button. It's Christmas time. Ho, ho, ho. Find the goodness, everybody. Have a great Friday night and a happy and healthy, safe weekend. Until the next time I see you, why don't you do a little harm reduction?